Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Thursday night. This has been a very long week for the millions suffering in Texas, and tonight 13 million are still boiling their water. The power slowly coming back on, and there are serious questions now about the similar disaster there 10 years ago. The recommendations made back then, were any of them followed? And tonight, that acknowledgement now from the head of the Texas utility saying the Texas power grid was, in his words, just seconds and minutes from a full catastrophic blackout, that this could have been even worse. Though that's hard to imagine given how many have already been without power for days. As we come on tonight, this storm is not done. Much of the east now will get hit yet again tonight into tomorrow. We're going to time it out for you. And the images coming in tonight. This is College Station, Texas, covered in ice, and hard freeze warnings remain in place tonight. Temperatures across the state are still dangerously cold, much of the state in the teens again tomorrow. People lining up at a public park in Houston to fill buckets with water from a hose. Concern over food there tonight, empty shelves and freezers. This is in Dallas. In Galveston this evening, long lines for gas, not only for cars and trucks, but for generators. At this gas station near Fort Worth, the pumps ran dry today. And now the growing calls to investigate after authorities said that power grid was close to full collapse. The state utility had been advised to winterize their grid after that similar emergency a decade ago. What was done? And amid all of this, the outrage tonight after these images went viral. Texas Senator Ted Cruz flying to Cancun with his family on vacation when millions in his home state were without power. How he's now explaining himself tonight, but we're going to begin with the emergency and the millions still in need of help. ABC's Marcus Moore leading us off from Dallas again tonight.
Tonight, power finally coming back to hard-hit Texas, albeit slowly. But some 13 million people in the state still must boil water to drink. And tonight, serious questions about why problems with their electrical grid weren't fixed after a similar situation a decade ago. Officials revealing today that on Sunday, demand was so high and conditions so cold, the entire grid was moments away from catastrophic failure.
It was seconds and minutes, given the amount of generation that was coming off the system at the same time that the demand was still going up significantly.
Overnight, families suffering in the dark. Outside Austin, Julie Crawford has been boiling snow for her family to use as their primary water source.
We're running dangerously low on water. So now what we've been doing all day is actually coming outside, getting snow, putting it in our pots, and heating it on our propane grill.
Hospitals around the state turning to generators and water trucks. In Austin, a facility with 300 patients losing heat. Now the struggle to get basic necessities. Long lines stretching far beyond the doors at this Austin grocery store and outside this fast food restaurant.
Look at that, all the way down the street. People are hungry.
Houstonians being warned they may have to keep boiling their water until Monday.
Water ready.
Disaster relief organizations as well as the city handing out bottled water to families who need it. And although the power is coming back, problems in Texas still remain.
And this is what we've seen across the state, water pipes bursting and firefighters responding to reports of possible fires. This catastrophe unfolding in so many ways for several days.
The storms that plague the South now moving east, blowing snow and ice, rain and wind. And tonight, looming questions about why ERCOT, the private company that runs about 90% of the Texas power grid, was not prepared for a weather event like this when conditions were even worse than in February of 2011, when ice and cold knocked out power to more than 3 million across Texas, just as the state was hosting the Super Bowl.
Every 10 years, it seems we get a really bad one. And in the last one, federal reports suggested we need to winterize for the lowest known temperatures. Texas didn't do that.
The state's independent grid system, the only one in the country, means they don't have to adhere to federal regulations.
A lot of questions still to come on this. Marcus with us live from Dallas. And I know they've made progress on power there, though hundreds of thousands still with no heat tonight and millions still boiling their water. And Marcus, tomorrow, brutal cold yet again.
David, the lows tonight expected to be 15 degrees, the wind chill 7. But tomorrow, temperatures are expected to get back above freezing for the first time in 6 days. And that will be a moment of real relief for people here, David. But so many are frustrated. They want to know why nothing was done to address the vulnerabilities with the power grid after that last major outage a decade ago, David.
All right, Marcus Moore leading us off again tonight. Marcus, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.